of persistent poor governance and underinvestment in infrastructure maintenance and development have seen residents suffer inadequate access to reliable water and electricity supply, while municipal roads have become death traps. Refuse collection remains erratic at best in urban areas, while municipalities completely neglect even attempting refuse collection in township areas or in rural and village communities. Not a single landfill site in the Northwest complies with the National Environmental Management Waste Act. These landfill sites are life-threatening health hazards, as the uncontrolled waste decays and releases toxic fumes, while poisonous chemical compounds and heavy metals leach into the earth, poisoning underground aquifers. Throughout every municipality, wastewater treatment plants are generally dysfunctional, the infrastructure is aged beyond repair, and raw sewage is allowed to seep through the sewage reticulation system, polluting communities' freshwater resources and wetlands. We also know of the illegal yet intentional disposal of raw sewage into streams, dams, and rivers. Councillors and residents throughout this province have opened numerous criminal cases against municipal managers for failure to comply with the relevant legislation. Specifically, the Water Services Act, the National Water Management Act, and the National Environmental Management Act. Yet to date, we are not aware of a single municipal manager that has been successfully investigated, arrested, or prosecuted. In Potchefstroom, the Botha Street pump station has been dysfunctional for years. Raw sewage flows into the Mooirivier and pollutes the surrounding wetlands. In Matlosana, one can smell the pollution for kilometers driving on the N12 towards Wolmaranstad. The communities of Alabama and Joburton live under the constant stench of raw sewage. All members of this House can attest to the fact that it does not matter through which town you drive. You will in no time encounter a sewage spill or an illegal dumping site. But as municipalities increasingly allocate billions to sustain lucrative salary bills of bloated administrations staffed by deployed ANC cadres, instead of investing in infrastructure expansion and maintenance, effective monitoring and enforcement of environmental legislation, degradation compounds. The lack of political will to turn these municipalities around, to become centers of excellence, and to address the most basic constitutional requirements has a severe negative impact on the environmental sustainability of Northwest. The impact of this persistent environmental degradation on future generations will be immense, compounded by effects of climate change. The government will continue to kick the can down the road, leaving future generations to deal with the problems it had no hand in creating. It also speaks of the lax attitude of this Northwest Provincial Government in protecting the environment through effective monitoring of compliance with environmental legislation. There's a whole Provincial Department of Environmental Affairs. What is this department doing to address environmental degradation and ensure enforcement of legislation? What efforts is this government pursuing with National Treasury and its counterparts in national government to address the problems of environmental degradation within this province, specifically in support of municipalities? Government will have to think outside the box to address this problem. The trash economy in South Africa holds a potential value of more than 25 billion rand annually, about 1.5 billion for Northwest. There is a great economic potential to enter into private-public partnerships to unlock the economic potential of waste disposal, which could fund infrastructure projects to improve sanitation reticulation systems and wastewater treatment plants. Funds could also be allocated towards environmental rehabilitation. People often look down on waste pickers, thinking them a social ill, but they are pursuing economic opportunity. The informal recycling sector sees between 60,000 and 90,000 waste pickers access close to 1 billion annually, earning individually between 50 to 200 rand a day. Innovative thinking and support to formalize waste picking and implement recycling initiatives in municipalities, specifically with the sorting of refuse, could contribute significantly to job creation, especially in this province, Honourable Premier, where we have 55% unemployment rate. In the DA-governed Mossel Bay local municipality, residents are supported by the municipality to sort domestic refuse. All residents are provided with coloured bags and they sort refuse according to grade, while the municipality collects these bags separately, easing the burden of sorting and disposing of refuse to landfill sites. We must implement a dedicated waste minimisation and recycling program provincially. Effectively adopting a circular waste management strategy will unlock economic opportunity, contribute to cleaner communities, pristine towns, environmental integrity, and ultimately economic growth, development, and job creation. These will only work when residents exercise the power of their vote and elect representatives that can get things done by implementing these policies.